Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Dan Blanchard, episode 95 of the Dear Granddaddy Vlog-a, teen parent and educator advice column. So I got a letter written in from a mother here, and it says, Dear Granddaddy, why have boys fallen behind girls in the U.S. education? And this is Macy. Okay, well, Macy, I got to tell you, back when I was in the University of Hartford in the mid-90s, I think 95, I was just floored when I was graduating at the graduation ceremony. I looked down the aisle and I saw how many girls were graduating over men. It was floored me. I mean, I was just like shocked. But I figured, you know what, it must have something to do with the educational profession, that there's going to be a lot more females than men graduating. Well, I got curious, but with your question, I did a little research. And today, I found that 73% of female high school students end up going off to college, while only 66% of males end up doing the same. And that works out to about 2.2 million girls more in college than boys here in the U.S. So that's like every year. Could you imagine that? 2.2 million more? So there's definitely something going on here. And this also brings me back to a time when I taught at a prep school, an all-boys international prep school. And I always thought that that model was better for boys. And when I went over to the public school, I found that it definitely was, because what I saw was the boundless energy of like young elementary school boys. And it was driving their female teachers crazy, as the little boys were annoying the heck out of their teachers. I mean, boys, they're just not built to like sit quiet all day long. You know, they're better off maybe in a different kind of system that allows them to get out some of their energy, okay? So another thing what happens is that once boys find themselves falling behind their female counterparts in school, what they do is they tend to skillfully disengage from education. Like, education isn't worth it. You know, reading and education's for girls, not boys, right? And then parents are conditioned by society that is just add to this whole thing. You know, this whole thing about parents are conditioned that boys take longer to mature. So what happens is little Johnny goes out to throw around the ball before bed, while little Mary sits there and reads a book with her mom. And guess what? The gap widens, all right? And that's just how, you know, parents are conditioned. That's just how it goes, all right? Now, I got to be honest. I was one of those boys that didn't like reading. I got all C's in high school, just enough to play sports so I could throw the ball around, right? I had to go to the Army before I could go to college because I just didn't have the grades, all right? And when I finally did mature, when I finally did get to college after the Army, I found out that I all of a sudden loved reading. Yep, and as a matter of fact, I love school too, and I love learning. I ended up completing 14 years of college and earning 7 degrees. Imagine that, it just took me a lot longer than my female counterparts. But ironically, even though I've 14 years of college and 7 degrees and written a bunch of bestsellers, ironically, I sometimes still wonder if I really do intellectually measure up to my female counterparts. Go figure, right? Go figure. All right, so, listen, I hope that this episode 95 was helpful. Definitely click on the link below to see the whole thing, to read the whole thing, the blog. Subscribe to my YouTube channel while you're at it. Check me out on danblanchard.net, granddaddy6.com, and I'll be back real soon with episode 96. Take care now.